Okay, so last vlog today. So sad, no more vlog. Actually, I'm gonna miss it a little bit. But, I read the chapter on proportional reasoning, which is ratios and things like ratios. And I say it like that because this isn't really something that was focused much on when I was in school. So reading the chapter was all like, I might have to teach this. OMG, like, what am I getting myself into? I don't even know what this stuff is because we never talked about it. So I guess it's good that it's in the book because I can read about it and look at activities. But at the same time, it's like, if I wasn't taught this, how on earth can I teach it? Like, it's a little scary. But we're going to go ahead with that. So, yeah. Okay. So there are different types of ratios, which I didn't know. Like, I always thought it was a number, and then the dots, and then another number. Like, that's always how I thought of ratios. But apparently that's not everything there is to do with ratios. So there's different types. There's part-to-part ratios. My book's over here. Part-to-whole ratios. Ratios is quotients, and ratios is rates. So, and it said, unfortunately, most people know it how I do with the little dots in between, but they can be written as fractions, but they're not fractions, they're ratios, which can probably get a little confusing. Well, I mean, if you teach it right up front, then I guess it wouldn't be confusing. It's just confusing if you're like me looking back upon it and being like, why was I never like taught this in school? Like, not that great, but the book people, suggest, I lost the page. That's measurement chapter. Having a hard time turning the pages because my book's binder. But, okay. So, the book suggests that in order to teach ratios, you use composed unit and multiplicative comparison, ideas in building in fractions. No, building in ratios, not fractions. And the comparison should lead to an understanding of rate, which is a strategy that can be applied to proportions. Help them distinguish between proportional and non-proportional comparisons. Provide ratio and proportional tasks in a wide range of contexts, so situations that the students are familiar to. Engage students in a variety of strategies for solving, so let them make up their own things, like I've been saying over and over. Use the models, use basically any of the methods you would have used for other things. Get the kids active in their learning. And then recognize that simple or mechanical methods such as cross-multiplying or solving for proportions do not develop the proportional reasoning. So you're just telling them to do this, but it doesn't make them understand anything, which is something big that we've talked about. As I said before, this is my last vlog, and so I thought I'd be a little bit reflective about how this whole vlogging process and the whole semester in general has been, because next semester I'll be out in the field student teaching, so I might be using some of the stuff that I've learned from the book and from class in a real classroom. And so I think that reading the chapters and talking about them in class and then applying them to my lesson plans has really helped me. I'd be reading through and finding things that I could use in my lesson, or maybe not use in my lesson, but things that really spoke to me, like using open questions and parallel questions. Those like really made me think about how much more accessible they were to students. And when I was reading, I saw stuff on measurement, and I'm like, oh, like, they talked a bunch about using estimation. I'm like, I have nothing about estimation in my lesson plan. Like, I really should put that in there because that's something that can really help them. And so this whole process has helped me really become more reflective and critical about what I'm doing as a pre-service teacher, and how to be more reflective on myself when I actually am a teacher. So it's been really good for me, and this is the last time. It's been really fun, so I'm gonna say bye, and thank you for watching.